Welcome to the Christmas Spectacular here at Turn of the Century Antiques. I am so glad you are joining us. Dolls and teddy bears and Christmas were one of my mother's greatest loves of her lifetime. And what a pleasure it is to create this Christmas Spectacular here at her doll shop for everyone to enjoy, for the world to enjoy. I know my mother would love it. So we hope you enjoy every moment of this display, and we hope that it tells a message to you of encouragement and love and camaraderie, especially around the holidays. And I hope that it shows just how much Diane Hoffman did for the doll community and for her family, and just how much we love her. the treasures of her lifetime is this huge antique feather tree. Yes, these are painted goose feathers, if you can believe it. She spent years and years looking and searching for beautiful ornaments that she loved. Friends gave her ornaments that she loved, and she added them to her tree. Bringing this tree here means a lot, and to share it with you is one of the highlights of this whole event for me. So come on in a little bit closer so you can see some of the beautiful ornaments. Embossed cardboard Dresden ornaments were made between 1880 and 1910 in Dresden. Originally gold or silver-faced, they were later in hand-painted colors. This one is a 3D candy container. This one is a flat goose. And some of them are very ornate, such as this Thanksgiving turkey. The tree is full of treasures. Here are two of my mom's favorite ornaments. It's Max and Moritz. They are made from Victorian scraps. Her good friend Kenny Duell made them for her. Some of her other favorite ornaments on this tree are the wax over composition angels. They are very early. They have mohair wigs and spun glass wings. When you look close at the tree, you'll see them nestled throughout in all the branches. Wonderful silver fish and the grizzly bear behind it are two more great examples of Dresden ornaments. The Victorian craze for collecting scraps and pasting them into books created the term scrapbook, the predecessor of our current scrapbooking hobby. Christmas-themed scraps were turned into tree ornaments. Often homemade, trimmed with tinsel and blown glass beads, the richly colored, intricately detailed scraps added sparkle to the Christmas tree. and nestled under her tree are some of her favorite treasures. Wouldn't you love to wake up to all of these sweet little toys on Christmas morning? This is a big Hilda, and we have teddy bears and a crushed baby Jesus there in the background. And of course Max and Moritz, who are always up to no good. We have sweet little animals and more teddy bears and a googly popping out of an antique trunk, and her friend Jameau right there on the right hand side welcoming her to the world. This is her favorite show and hut piano that she had in her bedroom. It was part of the original display, and I remember banging on these wooden keys when I was a little child. They still work. This piece you see behind me is one of her favorite pieces in the shop. She bought this from an arcade in downtown Denver. It was in her very first store, which is just a couple stores down on this block, and then she moved it here when we opened over 35 years ago. To make it special for this display, my cousin and I worked an entire day to fill it with wrapped Christmas presents. Is there one in there for you? One of my favorite pieces in our display is Santa's desk. I was next to my mom when she bought this desk, and we re-envisioned it for our display, and I just think it is so beautiful. We decked it out with presents and candy containers and an antique Underwood typewriter that I purchased just a few days ago, a nice list from Santa, a googly, all kinds of things, and I just think it's perfect. We found the perfect accessory in the doll shop attic, Santa's tool bag. We stuck it right here on the chair next to his hat that he flung on the chair after a busy night of delivering presents. We had to move my mom's most special reindeer into the setting to show them off. I'll never forget the day that she bought these wonderful studio-sized Steiff reindeer. They showed up in a huge semi-truck, and when we unwrapped them, it's one of my favorite memories. We just had so much fun seeing these for the first time, and ever since then they lived in my mom's living room and dining room, where she has enjoyed them every minute. But they're having a lot of fun hanging out here for our video. I hope you enjoy seeing them. Raggedy dolls have always been so special to our family, and these are two of my very favorites. They're homemade, oversized dolls, and they've been in my mother's collection for as long as I can remember. I think they look just perfect sitting right here today. I hope you love them as much as I do. Sweets for children at Christmas have always been a part of the holiday celebration. Special containers evolved from simpler paper cones to more ornate forms. The most elaborate are Santas and reindeer that separate into two separate pieces to reveal a cylinder that holds candy. My mom has such a wonderful collection of candy containers. Just this little grouping here, I know some of her favorites. I have a feeling that this one was one of her favorites. It is a large, wonderful Santa, and it always had a very prominent spot in our home. I remember him so much growing up. He is a large candy container, but he is also a clockwork Santa. He has a little key wind right here, and his head nods up and down. Mom and I had such a love for Raggedy Ann and Andy, and many of you will remember when I unboxed this dream pair of oversized Volan Raggedy Ann and Andy dolls. I just love them, and I know my mom is looking down from heaven loving them right along with me. She started me on these because we're gonna go show you her Andy, and I always wanted an Ann to go with it. Maybe we'll still find that Ann someday, but I am so thankful to have this little pair, plus this sweet little Andy sitting in between them right here. They're all welcome here at Raggedy Land. When I was very little and starting to read books and really get interested in Raggedy Ann and Andy, I said to my mom, there are these really rare dolls out there. They're made by Voland and they're oversized and they only made a few. And she said to me, oh, I have one of those. And I said, what? And she said, yeah, I have one of those. And she left the room and she came back in with this Voland oversized Andy. I will never forget it. He is one of my absolute treasures. Just look at his happy face and those big red cheeks. He is perfect. And two of the stars of my mother's Christmas collection are her Rosemary Volpe Santas. You have seen them before, and they are two of my absolute favorites. When my mother set up this exhibit with her friends in 2011, it was one of the greatest thrills of her life. She loved sharing everything with you. Recreating it and sharing it again right here in her doll shop this year has been one of the greatest thrills of my life. And I want to thank you so much for being a part of this, for registering, for helping me raise a lot of money in her name to 3 really great charities, and for spending a little bit of the holidays with us. I hope that you have a beautiful, safe, and wonderful holiday season, no matter where you are. And thank you so much for being here with us. We hope you enjoyed our Christmas Spectacular.